Okay, it's so hot and it's sunny. It's in the middle of the day. I was too tired this morning. I wanted to do a video showing how I do surface patterns. So I'm a graphic designer and majority of my work is surface patterns. Maybe like 95% of it is done on my iPad Pro, but sometimes I like to do it with watercolor or with like line art used with a pen and paper, and then like transfer that onto the computer, put it onto Photoshop or Illustrator and kind of manipulate it there and create a surface pattern. So today I think I'm gonna do a flower drawing, line art flower. I was thinking of doing the white ginger. It's actually, my mom has a pot of them behind here, but they're not blooming right now. The lighting is so unflattering, but it's okay. So today I'm just gonna do a little bit of drawing outside. I don't know if, I think a lot of art classes, at least for me in the past, like the beginner classes, they had like contour drawing where you kind of look at a picture and just like try to like keep your eyes off of the paper and just try to draw what you see. But I'll try that. I'm gonna look up some pictures on my phone and then try to draw it. All of my sketchbooks are watercolors, so I just found this old drawing sketchbook, and it's from when I was little. I was 10 years old. These are some drawings. They're not good at all, but they were fun. I even have like, this is from Sonic Chow's and like some kawaii drawings. I still kind of do these kinds, and I have a lot of, well, I was really into like drawing anime and like Ghibli, not Ghibli, but what is it called, chibi people. Yeah, I just have random drawings in here from when I was little, but I'm gonna try to find, I should buy a new book, but I have some, I found a blank page. Okay, we'll do that. And then here. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna look up some pictures of the ginger flower and then show you guys what I'm talking about. You probably know what I'm talking about, but they're like used on leis here in Hawaii. Like these, and then I also like how the leaves look as well, and I have a bunch behind me so I can just use that as a reference. But yeah, I like drawing like whimsical, simple, elegant kind of flowers and like tropical things like that. So let's begin. It's too hot out here. I'm gonna have to move this into the house. The sun is literally shining in my eyeballs. Okay, bye. Okay, so I scanned the images and then I moved it onto my computer. Here they are. And I'm gonna open them in Illustrator. I've decided to keep it simple. I was planning to like have the images keep like that the drawn line element, but I want to keep it in Illustrator, and in order to do that, it's gonna become smoothed out like when you image trace it. So you select the image, you go to Object, Image Trace, and then make an expand, and then it vectorizes it. That way it's easier to change colors, I think. There's probably a better way to do this, but I don't know how. So I'm gonna just separate each leaf and then get rid of like the negative space, like this part, so that you can make the white part a color and then the black part a color. And then the same with this one, and then sometimes it, creates these little things and you just have to get rid of those. And like sometimes you have to fix each node and delete anchor points to like smooth it out. I'm sure there's a better way for this, I just don't know how to do it. So there's another element, and also like sometimes it makes these ugly right angles and you have to just kind of manipulate it on your own to how you like it, and just look throughout each one. But that looks okay for the most part. And then this final one, delete the negative space, and then like over here is kind of ugly, so I'm just gonna round them out. I keep thinking there's better ways to do this. I'm sure there are, I just haven't learned yet. That looks pretty much good. Okay, so I'll select that, group, copy, paste, and this one I'll group as well. And that one's good. And then onto the ginger flowers. I hope this is all recording on my screen. I'm gonna just move it to the same place. And then the same thing, image trace it. It all pretty much looks okay. I'm just gonna delete that one. And then like this has these little, okay, and then I'll group these together. And these are all of the elements I can use in my pattern. So what I normally do is I start with like a square canvas that can be repeated. I usually do 10 by 10 inch. And then I just pick like a random background color, whatever I envision when I start the design. So I was thinking like a matcha pastel green. Whenever I do a pattern, I always do it in like a matcha, because I love it. Oh, you have to make sure it's in, the color is in CMYK if you're doing printing. And then I'm going to move all of these elements onto here. And then I'm going to select the white color and also make it the same color as the background so that it's like an outline design. And then the black one, I'm going to just make it white for now, or like a cream. Yeah. And then now I'm going to lay it out. So I think like what is I want maybe 3 inches. So the main elements will be these ginger flowers, and then I'll make them all around the same size, but maybe kind of vary it here and there. And then the leaves will kind of be like these cascading elements in the background that take up more of the space. Like that. And try to I always try to not line things up too much, create more like this stem is going this way, this stem is going this way, so this stem I'll make it go another direction, maybe I'll flip it, maybe like that. Like that. And then I'm gonna move all the flowers to the front and then just scatter them throughout. And also rotate them so they're not going the same way. And I didn't draw enough flowers, so I'm just gonna repeat one and then maybe reflect it. Maybe I'd fill up that space. And then I don't think it's complete yet, but I'm gonna move it onto swatches, and then here you can manipulate the pattern a bit. So I'm gonna make it 10 by 10 inch, and then you can kind of see how it lays out more. So this leaf, I could move it a little more up, and then move things around a bit. Maybe I'll repeat another flower. That. And these parts where the leaves kind of overlap, I want to make sure those are seen because I like how that looks. You can see how it looks. So I'm going to see how it repeats. I'll make a background green square that's 20 by 20, so it's a 2 by 2 repeat. And then copy, paste, and then fill it with one of the pattern swatches, like that. So you can see there's some empty space here, so we're going to have to fill that, or not, up to you. I kind of wanted the whole canvas to just be covered and not have any negative space. But sometimes negative space is good. I think I'll repeat another flower here. I try to always have enough flowers to fully cover a canvas, but for the sake of this video and keeping it simple, I was just gonna repeat it a little bit. But I mean, you see it around in other designs where flowers are repeated. So I think I will put it there. Looks a little better. Maybe I'll make some flowers bigger, like this one. And then make some smaller so there's concord and contrast. Like that. Yeah, that looks better. There's more variation in sizing. And then you can ignore this part where the stem is visible. We can fix that when we make the actual repeat, because it kind of sticks out. You can see this white area, where a lot of it overlaps. It's a really simple design. I can imagine it on a long dress or pants or something, flowy pants. So this is how I do make it repeatable. Again, I think there's a better way for it. But so I went in the swatch and then I copied all of the elements in the square, and then I placed it on a square and move this aside. And then I'm putting it in a clipping mask. So I make another 10 by 10 inch square, and then I command 7 or whatever it is, and I mask it so it's all inside of this. And you could even like change the background color so it's different, like something else. But for now, I'll just keep it the same. And so I repeat, I copy, paste it, line it up. I really don't think this is how you do it, but that's just how I've done it the whole 2-3 years of my career. And all of the elements that are like out of the square on the top, I copy it and then I paste it in the exact same place. And see this leaf, I can move it to the back. And maybe I'll cover up some of that overlap with this flower. And then I delete this top one, and I do the same thing. But on the bottom square, I take the elements that are overlapping. I think that's it. Copy, paste in the same place. And then I move those leaves back. And then I'm going to do the sides now, where the sides overlap. I go into the right square, take the elements that overlap, copy, paste in place in the other square, and I'll move these back. And then I'll do the other side. Copy. Paste in place. And this one should be repeatable, so we can test it out. So here's your square. I'm going to try and line it up. And then take these top two and line it up. I wonder if this would be better as like a smaller print or a bigger print. Maybe like imagine this is a dress. You know. And like imagine this is a dress. Maybe smaller. I don't know, you can always manipulate it later in Photoshop and just like adjust the size. So I'm going to take the single repeat swatch and we're going to make colors now. So I'll make like 6 colors. So when I first started design, I kind of have an idea of the colors I want or whatever I envision it. But I also have this Pinterest board that whenever I'm on Pinterest, I like save these color palettes or whatever images that have nice colors. I use it for inspiration later. I tend to always do the same colors, like more muted, like earthy colors. Like I really like this red color here and how the outline's in white, so maybe I'll do that. I also like the blue, but let me just try stuff out. I also like brown. Maybe like I also try to do like colorful colors and then a neutral color, and then also like a pastel color, muted colors. I try to hit whenever I'm presenting a pattern, I usually ask what the client wants, or I present it in different types of colors, like, you know, pastels are more like springy, bright colors are more summer. For fall, you usually do like earthy tones. But I also really love a light blue. So I'm gonna do that. Ooh, yeah, like that. That's perfect. And maybe a lot of people love pink, but I think I'm gonna do like a muted fuchsia. Like that. That's even a muted fuchsia. And maybe I'll change the lines to like something a little more yellow, orange. Like that. And I also like doing grays. Grays are like, they're nice. Sometimes it's a light gray, yeah, like that. Or, and I'll make the lines a little bit brighter. And then one more. Let's look at my Pinterest board. Maybe like a darker blue. No, but I already have a blue. Maybe like a, let me do like an earthy. I always do the same color. I really like, oh no, maybe I can do like a white. Or like a cream. I always do cream. And then I'll make the lines a little darker. Like a brown or a tan. Question mark? Yeah. Or like a gold. Okay. Wait, it turned gray. Okay, that looks good. And that's how you make a surface pattern. I think I'll do like another video showing you like how you can, what you can do with surface patterns, because there's honestly so much you could do. But I'll save that for the other video. Can you imagine this on a bikini? So let's do this pink one. I'm gonna repeat it. Just so like, sometimes I like to visualize. It helps me visualize how the pattern will look in real life. And it also helps clients to visualize how it could look, because sometimes, you know, it's hard to imagine. So in Photoshop, I will copy and paste this pattern. And this is a free mock-up. I always try to get free mock-ups. But like, isn't that kind of cute? And I'll just copy paste that same layer onto these other, all mock-ups are different. And then this one. Like that, isn't that cute? I would buy that. And there's your surface patterns. This is more of a simple one. Yeah. That's all for today. Thank you.